Hello, everyone.
Hello.
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 I'm still playing the intro
Hello.
music.
Uh,
it, it was like a drop note of like a welcome note.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
very good evening. And
Good
Good
evening to
evening.
you
I'm
Good
too.
so
evening.
happy as a moderator from the Energy.
Mm,
Uh, and really, I'm so happy to see you all because we are all the
absolutely.
musicians in one frame.
Yeah,
Uh,
Absolutely.
so, how are you, Adil?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you, Sanjada?
I'm fine. And Shubham, how are you,
একদম ভালো
brother?
আছি বাপিদা কেমন আছো?
একদম ঠিক আছি ঈশ্বর
Very good,
আশীর্বাদ
very
এখনো
good.
চলছে
একদম চলছে।
and Mr. Paul, Mr.
আমি
John
ভালো আছি।
Paul,
আমার আমার আজকে ডেফিনেটলি অনেক কোয়েশ্চেন্স আছে, বাট বাপিদার সাথে মানে আমার ফার্স্ট প্রবাবলি মানে আদিল আর শুভম তো আর ভেরি গুড ফ্রেন্ডস অফ মাইন্ড, বাপিদার সাথে বোধহয় ফার্স্ট আমার এভাবে
এটা
কথা
big
হচ্ছে।
thanks to
হ্যাঁ,
Gigi Gadgets
একদমই
অ্যাবসলিউটলি।
তাই। আর
because
as
আই
a
এম
of
matter of
রিয়েলি
them
fact,
we
রিয়েলি
are all here.
আই এম রিয়েলি লুকিং
as a
ফরওয়ার্ড টু
matter of
দিস।
fact আমি অফিসিয়ালি বাপিদার সাথে আজকে আলাপ হলো। মানে আমাদের
হ্যাঁ,
সাথে মুখ চেনাচিনি ছিল, বাট থ্রু
Same.
ওটাই
দিস
বলছি।
অফিসিয়াল আলাপ আজকে হলো বাপিদার সাথে আমার।
না, আমি খুবই আমি খুব
Really
আই এম লুকিং
thanks.
ফরওয়ার্ড।
Yep. এবং আমি বলতে বাধ্য হচ্ছি যে জনের হেয়ার কাটটা কিন্তু রিয়েলি এক্সপেন্সিভ এন্ড সো লুকিং সো নাইস আদিল
থ্যাংক ইউ,
আর এগ্রি
থ্যাংক
শুভম
ইউ।
Absolutely.
একদম
John
একদম
has
100%.
always been stylish, like right from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning.
I love it. I love fashions also. Yeah, yeah.
ধন্যবাদ, ধন্যবাদ
So,
বন্ধুরা।
my first question to Adil and Shubham. Uh, so, we use lot of gears, lot of gadgets. Hmm. So, my question is I use energy power supply, okay? Because of I believe the basic power supply, the voltage should be perfect for our gears. So, what's your experience, Shubham, and how do you rate that equipment?
The first and foremost, being in this music circuit for about 10 years now, uh,
Lovely.
I actually have like gone through like from the pedal boards to single units, and finally I landed and stuck with single units for last 2-3 years now. Okay, the
Very
way I
nice.
use it is I have an array of stomp boxes which
Hmm.
gets into something called a two notes torpedo cab, which works as
Aha.
my which works as a power amp and a cabinet simulator,
I know.
and that goes directly to the board, and somehow uh,
Is that
and I
two unit or one unit?
so basically one is the whole the array of single units which I have
Yeah, that is
storm
yeah.
boxes, that is
Ah,
getting into two notes torpedo cab.
torpedo is a
That's one,
yeah.
one
That
it's
is a
one
mono unit, no? That is
That's a
a
mono
mono.
unit, yeah. Mono
Oh,
unit, yeah.
that's why I'm asking you. If
Yeah,
you give the stereo signal, you need the two units of torpedo.
absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So it's
So,
mono.
how
It's
many you
absolutely
use? One.
I use one torpedo cab. Okay,
Yeah,
and
one mono signal.
mono. Even my delay is an analog delay. I use it
Okay.
in the analog mode.
Hmm.
So that's it. And most importantly, so over the period of time, I myself will not consider myself someone as a tech savvy or something. Okay, but then we have. I know every one of you are aware with this about this guy. His name is Shayan Ghosh. He works as a
Yes.
tech guru. He works as a tech guru for all of us, almost all of us.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
And yeah, so it was actually Shayan who let this light on the fact that we need a stable power supply. Okay.
Correct. They thought that
Yeah.
Gigi thought
So
that,
because
and he's
yeah,
the
exactly.
man.
So that Shayan is the person who also described how differences
Hmm.
in power supply can screw up the units which we are using, or how it
Hmm.
can affect a tone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
all
They
these
are very
things.
detailed. They are very detailed.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that's how I got actually interested towards using this thing, which few of us have now.
I have
Okay,
the same.
Okay, this is a very neat and compact
Yeah.
product, and it is providing power for 8 of my pedals, all 9-volt pedals. And
Perfect.
I have more pedals than apart from those particular 8, but then in one go I don't use more than 8, so I
Yeah.
don't need. And for
Don't
the
need
2-note
actually.
torpedo, it's a different it has a different independent power supply which comes along with it.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. It's
so
a
I
big
don't have to
AC
draw.
power supply.
Yeah, so I don't have to draw power from the energy for the
Yeah.
for 2 notes. So
Yeah.
basically I
Don't need
need
for two
one.
notes.
Yeah, so I need one for all of my pedals, and I need one for 2 notes, and that's my setup.
Yeah. Fantastic. And Adil.
Well, right from, so I've been playing guitar for what, about 15 years now. And like right from the beginning, like my very first unit, like my very first guitar effect with electric guitar was an overdrive pedal. So I've
Oh,
always been fascinated with single units, like right from the beginning. Like I, up until right now, in fact, even till now, I mean, I always think like I, play single units. And um, you know, we think, like, I'm sure guitarists here will understand that, we always fantasize about pedals and how good, this company made a very nice overdrive pedal, especially overdrive pedals. I think guitar players are crazy about overdrive pedals for some
also
reason.
the look of the fact that you have so many pedals in like lying around. So yeah, no.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's because so I took them out after a long time because of the NRG actually. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I've been fascinated by so many pedals, but then in my experience of touring different places and playing live, and I've always had a single unit board, like, and it's been like from the worst of the worst condition to the nicest. I mean, I've had bad cables, bad power, obviously bad power supplies before, and I've had makeshift pedal boards, and then as time passed, I got more knowledge and I started experimenting with things. What I realized, I realized the importance of power over time when I go to places where different places where the power isn't stable, and my tone started becoming very going haywire in places. Some of my pedals had a problem, and I only had access to very basic power supplies at one point of time,
Yeah.
or the ones
Yeah.
that came with specialized pedals.
You are not only one. Lot of guitar player, uh, they couldn't think for the power
Yeah,
supply,
yeah,
cables, and the pedals.
yeah. So that's what took
It's
time.
not only you. Mm.
Yeah, so dealing with noise, dealing with grounding issues and all that.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I learned about these things, and then I purchased the things, and then I got to know very recently about Gigi gadgets and the NRG, and the fact that they took something that is so crucial, but it's not as it's not as maybe exciting to somebody as a guitar processor, but then it is so
Mm.
crucial for an artist that only a traveling artist or a recording artist will understand. So that's, and it's awesome. I just put it on my board and it sounds great. I mean,
Yeah,
it does its job basically.
Correct. And without any bad noise.
absolutely. And
Lot
for the
of time
first
we get.
time, exactly. And for
Yeah.
the first time, as I before this Gigi gadget came to me, I used to use uh, like the cheaper version of the daisy chains. Okay,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
and yeah, we all have used that. And
Yeah.
now that I see, and I'm not really sure how much the audience gonna understand, but I can feel.
Audience.
Uh,
Audience will not understand.
Honest.
No, 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 no.
but the feel of it, like especially in
Yeah.
my fingers, how the pedals are responding and all. And I also had a history of like screwing up my pedals also, so which I can realize that it happened because of fluctuating power supplies and everything,
Mhm.
especially the ones that we generally when we travel abroad, we tend to get a bag full of pedals, at least I do. So
Uh,
those things malfunctioned a lot, and few of them are not
Correct.
working now.
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
thanks to, I hope that all those problems will be solved now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big help for us. And
Yeah,
really big thanks to the team of Gigi Gadgets.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Like,
I,
absolutely.
I I love their design also.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
so.
nice.
I actually
And
didn't. I could not imagine that it's a local company, like from here, from our own city. It was. I just couldn't, like, because everything looks so. What can I say? Perfect. I mean, the design is so
Well
good.
produced.
The name is so good. It's like. I
correct.
mean, this has
And the
the potential.
quality of cable also very nice.
And it's very light, very
Yeah,
Yes,
gigging, very
yeah,
it's very light.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes, and
yeah.
it's
For
got, like,
traveling purpose.
it's got simple solutions. Like, there is a switch on it, which like, I was using a different company's power supply till a while ago, and that didn't have a switch on it. So if there was a possibility of a surge from the AC cable to get into the system, which is kind of like, a very simple solution that they've given, that they've put like an on off switch on the power supply itself,
Correct,
which is great.
correct,
Yeah,
correct, correct, correct.
absolutely.
So, John,
Hmm.
must you have heard about this power supply? You
Yeah,
are a completely technical person. So,
not so much.
what is your thought process, and what you can think, and what you want to say for the other musician for this valuable point, which is power supply? What you
Hmm.
want to say?
I think this is one of the most important basic things to look when you are setting up, because without a power, no matter how many pedals you have, there's no use of it. And not only a power supply, but a good power supply, the
Mm.
one on which you can depend on.
Need
So
correct protein, correct fat,
huh,
like
correct.
that.
I, I was never a single unit person, and I've always been using multi effects now. But the
Yeah.
fact that I have seen all of my co-guitar players or anyone that I have played with, I played with a lot of people with
Mm.
single units, and I have seen them facing problems.
Yeah.
The problems which you guys already mentioned about, which is pretty common, and it's a nightmare for
Yeah.
guitar
Yeah. Yeah.
players.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So to have the most important thing sorted, then you can really focus on your performance and not worry about all the technical stuff while you're in the zone.
Mm.
Ki hotat, power goes out, or there's a surge, or your processor is gone, and
Arey, lot of
not only
experience I have on
mm,
stage.
uh,
Lot of this
of
kind
course,
of experience.
I'm sure,
হ্যাঁ,
because and
আমি প্যাডেল মানে সার্কিট উড়ে যেতেও দেখেছি প্যাডেল।
মানে
হ্যাঁ,
I'm
বিকজ
sure
অফ দ্য
when
পাওয়ার,
it happened
ওভার পাওয়ার।
because of the power. Yeah,
হ্যাঁ,
because I'm in venues. There are venues where they do not really look after all these primary things, but to them it is
a
not
lot
as
of people,
primary as.
yeah, a lot of people they don't know
Hmm.
sometime what kind of venue we get.
Yeah. Absolutely,
And it's just
absolutely.
and from what I have heard from like documentaries and all, I think it's just not here. A lot
Hmm.
of I've noticed at least 2 to 3 American bands, like if the bands who have documentaries, they have complained about power supplies in Australia.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
specifically, they have
yeah,
specifically
yeah.
complained about power supplies in Australia.
Anywhere
Like
can be possible.
like
Anywhere can be possible.
you know. So yeah.
Correct. No, so I've seen a lot of people and their stuff's getting destroyed due to bad power and all. I've seen that, and I could
Yeah.
feel the pain, because see, let's
Yes.
say that your pedal is costs a certain amount of value, and collective all your pedals cost a certain amount of value, and the power supply is compared to that, it's not that much of value, but that small value ka thing can destroy the whole thing. So we need to
Absolutely.
be very smart and invest on and not worry about all these things. Okay, I know it happens because let's say we buy one of the expensive guitars in the world, and there are people who do not take care of things, like they don't buy a hard case for that. I have seen people like, so they buy a beautiful guitar, but in order to protect that, they মানে আমাদের মনে হয় okay ঠিক আছে কিনে নেবো, maybe we'll buy it after some time, but
No.
in but the same ratio goes to our pedals only. Like we invest a lot in pedals. Not we, I mean, I'm sure you guys do that. So it's just like a protection to your pedals, not to take chances
Correct.
with it and go for the
Correct.
best power supply. And to have these guys here from our city is lifesaver
Yeah,
because
yeah. This
you
is a
can.
big thing. We are getting support from our own state, own city. It's a big thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
Absolutely.
and mm, if anyone wants to purchase that, so
Mhm.
he or she will be satisfied. That
Yeah.
I agree. Mm.
Yeah.
I agree
And
with you also.
So far,
Yeah.
so
and
far,
another very
I've only heard good things about Gigi gadgets, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going to continue.
I use for
And best
studio. I
wishes.
use for live. Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
great! You're doing a great
So,
job.
yeah, yeah.
And another very important thing which I was having a discussion with these guys, that in the nearest future, if I want to, as I was saying, that I use two separate power supplies, one
Hmm.
for my torpedo and one for the rest of the pedals. Uh, there is still a possibility that these guys can manufacture a custom made product for me, where I can
Hmm.
use only just one power supply for everything that I need.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
and that is also from like sitting in Kolkata, being manufactured here. It's
Nice.
Hmm.
unbelievable.
It's
I
Yeah,
really
can
Hmm.
yeah.
customize, like I can customize it. Obviously, it'll come for a price, but then again, it's still a
No,
customized
it's
product
worth it.
for my
It's
needs.
definitely worth it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
definitely.
if if it keeps all the pedals
You don't
healthy,
need to
if it
carry so many two, three power supplies. You don't need
exactly,
one unit
exactly.
for everything. Yeah,
Absolutely. So that
yeah.
is another incredible thing which I don't think any of the even the best power supplies in the world can give to us if we want to customize.
Yeah. It's very
We have
tough
we
Very
have
difficult
from
process.
yeah,
India. It's very tough
yeah.
from India.
No, not
Hmm.
just
Some
India, because if you want to avail the top of the line power supplies, you still have to
yeah.
buy the ones that they have made, which is
That
available in the market.
that I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
very
but
tough
this
from
guy,
India to order a customized
yeah,
power supply. It's not possible.
exactly. Mm,
But that
that's
support we
the
are getting from them,
yeah,
yeah,
from them.
I
absolutely.
think that's what makes the whole vocal for local thing so important, because
Oh, absolutely.
because like we're talking about it, so the fact that we can say that I want this made specifically for me, and we
Mm,
have somebody who can do it for us,
Correct.
is what
Hmm.
Correct.
makes it so it is actually far more appealing to the artist, to at least myself, than
Yeah. Yeah.
actually even having a product being made in
Hmm.
the city, because
Hmm.
not only
Just
are they
makes your
making
life
something.
easier.
Exactly, not only are they making
Correct.
something that is very important and crucial for us, they're also giving us the option of having it done in a way that suits us individually. And I
Correct.
think that
exactly.
that's only possible because they are from here and they are local.
Yeah.
And they're making they're and the best thing is they're doing the talk show, they're reaching out to us musicians, and I think it's the right way to go. I mean, we can understand that their focus is on musicians and their comfort, which is amazing.
Hmm. Yeah. That is how it
One,
Absolutely.
should be
yeah,
actually.
one line I can say. You said the vocal for local. So one line I can say, the local can make a signature for vocal. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. Local can make a signature for vocal. So uh, my question to Shubham. So what kind of gears you use for studio,
Mhm.
and what kind of gears you use for your concert?
Okay, so as rightfully said by Adil, I am also a fan of overdrive pedals. So 80% of the pedals that I have collected are overdrive pedals. I have so
Drive and overdrive.
drive and overdrive and distortion. Okay, I so like even this one just before lockdown, I was in a local music store and I went there and just got this one. It's
Oh,
a
Is this
black secret,
Nask?
more,
Black
more,
secret?
more,
Oh,
More,
more,
more, more, more,
more.
and
more.
suddenly
Nice.
I plugged a guitar and plugged it into an amp, and it was.
You
I didn't look at like what the company's name is, and I didn't
no,
look at
no.
how
That
what
is
is the
that is
price.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was sounding good to me. It's a
yeah.
little noisy pedal, like when you switch in, switch off, but rest I liked it, so I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so most of my pedals are overdrive pedals. I have Wampler, I have actually
Wampler is a very good. It's
four.
an American.
I have actually four Wampler type
What are you
Wampler
saying?
pedals. Yeah, four Wampler pedals. All are distortions and
The
overdrives.
different distortion.
Yeah, I have something called a triple rec,
Uh,
which gives me a distortion. I
okay,
have a
I think.
euphor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
I think
euphoria.
you. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
for you have.
yeah.
Oh, I
Sure.
think you use
I
for
love this pedal.
different
This one.
songs. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, very good pedal. This is
yeah. It's a beautiful
very
pedal.
nice.
And I also
And
have
what?
this traditional phaser,
Are
the Van
Oh,
Halen phaser.
nice.
This is like a must buy.
yes, yes, I have
Yeah,
also. Just put a little bit juice like that.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. It works miracle.
Huh. What kind of guitar you use?
I uh, for last from 2013,
Hmm.
I was and I was in an artist agreement, to be very precise. I shouldn't call it an endorsement. I was in an artist agreement with ESP Guitars.
Oh, yes,
So
is
so
good.
so so
American.
yeah so yeah so I had I still have an ESP EC 1000 and
Okay.
an ESP MH 1000. These two
Humbucker.
guitars, yeah, all both are humbucker guitars.
Hmm.
Uh, mm, these two guitars have been there with me. One I bought in 2006, not bought actually, I got rather, I should say, precisely
Hmm.
because it's somewhere in between buying and getting. So,
Hmm.
Right.
yeah, yeah, I'm being precise, okay, because it's an artist. It's an artist agreement.
Very
Yeah.
metal, very metal.
Yeah. So,
Very metal.
so I have a both are 24 frets guitars. One has an
Oh,
active pickup, and one comes with passive pickup. Simon Duncan's. One is EMG, and so
okay.
both the
One
guitars.
question.
Yeah.
One question, Shubham, for you.
Hmm.
So, you are playing both active and passive.
Yeah.
So, that means you are satisfied with both.
Yeah.
But from core, from your heart, what you like?
Uh, from the core of my heart, I would say passive. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, because of course it's anytime, any day, way more versatile. But then again, there are a few companies which are coming up with some unique active pickups which are sounding incredible. Like
Yeah.
I think Fishman is coming up with such active
Mm.
pickups
Yeah.
which are sounding unbelievably clean, cleaner
Yeah.
than even the passive ones.
Yeah.
So
It has like good preamps. Like the pickups themselves are acting as good preamps.
exactly. So yeah. But yeah, if I go for just like the industry standards, like the Simo Duncans and the EMGs and everyone, so I think yeah, I'll go for passive pickups over
Yep.
the active ones.
Nice.
Active ones are specifically for me. It helped a lot while I was playing
For
the,
gain,
com- the
gain and
the completely overdriven sound where I'm not
hmm,
much thinking about getting a very good clean sound. It's complete. It's
hmm,
more and more and more saturation. Like
hmm, hmm,
so, those
hmm.
kind of for those kind of stuff, I really enjoyed playing the EMG, and I still will enjoy. Uh, but for everything else, it's passive. For
Good,
me, it's Simon
good,
Duncan's. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what
Nice.
my
good,
guitar
good.
comes with.
Long time back, almost 18 to 20 years back, I have got a book of Seymour Duncan. So
Okay.
that time I didn't have any experience. তো আমার মনে হচ্ছে এগুলো কি এতগুলো পিক আপ পিক আপ পিক আপ পিক আপ পিক আপ বাবারে
Mm.
এত পিক আপ. So that time I didn't have any experience about that. I didn't know what is this, what is the value of this.
Mm.
After that, when I started to learning a lot of and I have seen in YouTube channel how they are changing the pickup on the guitar. So after that I have got the experience from them. After that I bought few guitars, and I have seen the difference of single coil, humbucker, active and passive. My all guitars are mostly passive. One guitar I have is a Gibson RD Artist 1972.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh, that is EMG gold coil humbucker
Mm.
with two compressor built-in guitar, and
Okay.
those are
Wow.
active.
Oh
1972.
wow,
Nice.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a rare guitar.
I have got that guitar from a programmer's house. He's
Mm,
aged, so he what one day I went to his place, and he told me, Bapi, I want to sell one guitar. It's very heavy, and I can't play. It's very heavy for me. And can you show me that guitar? So he told me it's there. So when I went there, and it's a different shape of
Les Paul,
the. No, 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 no.
not
It's a
Les Paul.
very, very no. It's a different shape of the cover.
Okay.
तो आई थॉट क्या है इसका अंदर है यार ये अजीब इसका शेप है when I put on the chain na, it's a full ivory pearl mother of pearl Gibson.
Wow.
So I thought this is a Gibson man. तो थोड़ा और खुला मैं देखा fretboard is a mother of pearl big mother of pearls the fretboard markers.
Yeah, yeah.
So I took it out and it's almost 10 kilo.
Wow.
Almost. Yeah.
That-
You can check in Google Gibson RD artist.
I just saw the RD. It's like it's shaped like the James Hetfield thing.
Correct.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Explorer. Oh, that's the Explorer.
Yeah, it's similar to the Explorer.
Yeah, you too, Mr. Bono, he is using still now that guitar. And just amazing. And it's a blessings from God. I got that. I
Yeah,
got
of course.
that, man.
And
It's a
it has got
blessings for me.
compressors built in.
Yes,
Compression.
two compressor
Wow.
for two pickups.
So it's the
Wow.
kind of guitar you just put into the amp and play. I mean,
But
there's
Play,
no
yeah.
need it.
Just.
In this 1972, but it's active. But
Mhm.
not a single noise you will get. Not a single noise. And superbly clean, superbly
Beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful. So only that guitar I have that is active, or all the electric guitars what I have, all passive. So
Great.
John, what about you? What kind of gears you use normally?
Right now, I'm using a PRS S2 Custom 24, and
Made in
I
US.
changed, and I changed the pickups to this new bare knuckle juggernauts, which sounds great.
Is it really need to change the pickups?
Uh,
That
I'll
is
I'll
very
tell you
costly
what,
guitar. I know, very costly guitar.
but I'll tell you what I feel about how about this gear. So
Tell me.
I'm sure a lot of people won't agree with this also, but since I didn't
No, no,
travel,
it's not agree or disagree.
uh,
Why?
not
What you thought? What you think to change? Why
correct.
you think to change?
That's what. So I haven't really traveled much outside of the country. Only once or twice I've traveled, and I didn't have the fortune to visit any music stores. Now, why I mention this is because how I feel, because I stay in a very rural part of in our city, Kolkata. So it's in the northern side of Kolkata.
Where you
Now,
stay?
Shodhpur,
Oh, Paniati Shodhpur.
Panedi Shodhpur. So for me, buying a piece of gear has always been like, an arranged marriage situation where you check out a guitar on the internet. That's how I always had to go about, because not many stores had the kind of thing I was looking for. And by the kind of thing I'm looking for, I mean I don't have anything in specific. To me, I feel like you should go out, try a guitar, you feel good about it, you buy that. It should be that simple, but it is never that simple, because you don't get to play all those guitars. It's not a guitar center where you have 100 guitars hanging and you keep on trying and all that. So let's say I search on the internet a lot of guitars, and okay, I love an artist who uses a particular kind of guitar. I love that sound. I take that as a reference. I search for what equipments he uses, try to make a hybrid out of that. So oigulo kore, I figured out that the PRS S2 custom works for me. That's the whole math that went behind me buying that guitar, and it worked. When I got the guitar, that arranged marriage was successful for me. So it was working, and I felt good about playing the guitar. But then I wanted to change the pickups. Why? It's not that the stock pickups were not sounding good; they were sounding great. In fact, the first gig I did, Adil was there in that gig. It was an FNO,
Yes.
Jadavpur University. Adil was there, Bodhida was there. That was the
Oh,
first gig I did, and Bodhida also played that guitar, who is a jazz musician from our city, fusion jazz guitar player from our city,
yes.
and he liked the sound because
And one of the
he rolled.
finest guitar player.
Absolutely, any hands down. So Bodhida took the guitar and he entirely rolled off the tone knob, and, and it was entirely low passed, very jazz oriented
Jazzy
tone.
feel. Yep,
And
yep.
yeah, and there was a Roland JC 120 amp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So everything worked for him, and he he was actually suffering from something, and he felt really good after doing that gig. You remember Adil, no?
Yeah.
So then
In fact, he was
he also
supposed to. I think he was supposed to back out of the gig, and then last moment he decided to come and
yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
correct.
okay, okay.
So Bodhida really enjoyed that guitar because it's very unlikely for a person like Bodhida to
Yeah, yeah,
play
yeah,
a
yeah.
PRS. So then he said, John, that's a great guitar you have got. Like, I'm really surprised that, I never played anything else, a guitar of this sort, but I love that. So I said, wow, this is a versatile guitar now. And I do a lot of sessions. So it's a good investment for me because I can cover a lot of genres with that. Now, changing the pickups, the bare knuckles works great for a certain genre now. So for very high gain and
Mm.
very precise distortions, where specifically if you're
Articulate
playing a
sound.
full on chord, yeah, if you're playing a full on 6 string chord on a pretty high drive, it really works. I'll tell
Okay.
you, you can actually listen to all the 6 strings. You will
Wow.
be able to
Oh, oh,
understand that
oh,
all
oh.
the
Okay, okay.
the overtones are less compared to
Mm.
maybe an EMG 85 or the common other pickups.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
But then now I feel that the stock pickups were better.
So,
So
John,
mhm.
you use only one guitar?
No, this is one guitar, and since this is my main instrument, the main guitar for now, so
Yeah, prime guitar.
a lot of that is my primary guitar right now. It is sleek, and it I have kind of developed a affinity towards it more. And except that, I have a ESP 8 string H208 8 string guitar,
Eight
which
string
I
guitar.
got, yeah, which I got around 4 or 5 years back, inspired from Anniversary Leaders, and tried
Oh,
playing a lot of hammer and pop
He's
stuff.
great at it, by the way. In that show that he was talking about, he actually played
Yeah,
that whole Tosinabasi style
on that
slap.
KRS.
Yeah, on the song. It was damn good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great fun. So
so
that's another
it's a
guitar.
big thing to manage 8 strings, man.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I haven't really mastered that yet because it's just 2 more strings and it's hard to fit into a, a normal song with a normal soundscape. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
still trying. But I'll tell you what. ESP, since Shubham has been a ESP user for a long time. Uh, it's a great brand to for people
Yes, yes,
like
yes,
us
yes.
who.
Of course, of
So,
course.
but I
Who?
haven't played any ESP. I played only the LTDs. The guitar that
Just
I
I
had,
wanted to say that LTD and also
yeah,
because the
that
the
wasn't it.
guitar makers of ESP,
Hmm,
LTD, G and L, uh,
hmm.
they are mind blowing engineers. They are
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
mind blowing developer, and they are
totally,
progressing. They are modifying each and
absolutely,
every 2 3 years, 5 years. They are researching how they can develop the pickup wood
absolutely.
and the combination of wood, the sound
Hmm,
can be changed with the same pickup but wood is changing. So
correct.
they are thinking, and I hope in India in future we'll get
Hmm.
that kind of companies, and in
Yeah,
India
yeah,
also some guy will make that kind of guitar. It will be big
absolutely.
help for Indian musicians,
I'm
There
because
are
sure.
the
I'm
few.
sure.
There
cost.
are few people
There are
who
few
are
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
making.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
custom
yes,
few
yes,
people.
guitarists.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And it will be big help for Indian musicians, because the cost of those guitars is
Hmm.
high because of the
The
customs,
whole shipping thing,
taxes,
custom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shippings.
Totally.
Uh, it will be less if it's Indian. So
Yeah,
see the what kind of power supply we are getting from energy, how much it's cost. Equivalent that kind of power supply
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
we can buy
It's gonna
from
cost more.
abroad, man,
It'll be
it's
a lot less.
two times or sometimes three times
Yeah, yeah,
same
yeah,
kind of thing. Huh?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have seen, man. I have seen. Hmm. So that's why
I
I
knew
can
about the
say,
fact that Adil was using one of such expensive ones, not as in like on the
Yes.
higher side. You when you had a full pedal rig,
Yeah.
you were using to power all those pedals. So
Yeah.
that's quite costly. The one
Yeah.
you
Cost me
use.
almost as much as like one of my Strymon pedals, and
Exactly.
oh my God, brother, it's too expensive.
I know.
exactly.
It's really too expensive.
And it's not
Uh,
that good. It kind of failed a couple of times. And
Yeah, it
you
was.
know, Adil, sometimes some product in India, in abroad, in the whole world, some product get extra hype.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and for musician also, we have seen a lot of musician. They have got more hype.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That same kind of musician you will get, and better than that musician you will get also.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a meritocracy at all. I mean, it's a popularity.
Absolutely.
correct,
Yeah,
correct,
popularity. Yeah.
correct, 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 correct. Popularity, and they make their own hype. They put lot of money to the digital market.
Yeah.
It's not about only company. As a musician, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
lot
yeah, I
of
know.
Yeah.
musician, like a lot of companies, they put lot of money to the digital market to make the hype.
Right.
देखो
Right.
मेरा इतना देखो मेरा इतना सब्सक्राइबर्स है, देखो मेरे इंस्टाग्राम में इतना फॉलोअर्स है. हाँ,
Yeah. Yeah.
so lot of companies also, you will see the advertisement नीचे लिखा रहता है sponsored. Have you
Mhm.
seen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So like not only like Strymon, as a lot of companies are there, they made a hype. Just Shubham said he's absolutely satisfied with the Moore pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it works for me.
Moore is great.
That
I
means
mean, Moore kind
what
of
he
blew my.
wants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
he wants, he's getting. He's smiling
Yeah.
with the tone, man. And that
Mhm.
on off noise, he's appreciating that.
Yeah,
Right.
What's
it's
the
okay.
problem?
Right.
What's the
Right.
problem? Tell me.
No, none at all. I mean,
When he will play on stage, nobody will look like this. What pedal, man?
Yeah.
Nobody, no?
except people like
Everyone.
us, we would look.
Yeah,
Yeah, not from audience
Yeah.
who will look? From audience,
No
nobody.
one.
Yeah, only we
yeah,
musician.
it doesn't
वो
matter.
जब वो खत्म हो जाता है ना, ये चल देखते हैं क्या है पेडल बोर्ड में यार, बहुत अच्छा
एकदम एकदम
है. Like that. हाँ,
And as far
so
as Bapida, as far as the noise from the moor is concerned, I still have to try it with the energy. I have a feeling that noise might just go away.
अरे वही तो मैं बोला, if you get the correct voltage ना, the your pedal is noiseless.
That switching on of sound, it might just
Like
not just
that.
come.
is it
Yeah,
a is
might
it a is it a like, I mean, it's a true bypass, right?
it's a true
True
bypass. Yeah.
bypass.
That's why the
Yeah.
noise comes. It's not really a problem. Like,
Yeah,
it should
it won't.
go,
It
it
won't.
should be reduced with a better power supply,
Yeah.
but it won't go away 100% because it's a
No.
physical attaching, no, the true
Physical
bypass. So that's the sound that you're getting. You just have to get used to it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
press
absolutely,
it on
A
the
lot of
absolutely.
time.
things we get used to.
Pressing press it along with the crash. It's done.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
smart.
Yeah, smart. Yeah. So I want to request to Shubham, just play something for our audience and for us also.
Just I was mentioning, I would love to play. I'm still sitting with a guitar, but I am sitting with the guitar just to deliver this piece of information that currently I am unavailable because of there is a physical injury which I've sustained on my
Oh
left
yeah,
hand,
yeah, yeah.
and
Oh
it's
sorry, yeah.
resisting me from my left hand is cursed for a long time now. So I had a nerve injury also in back in 2011, which turned out to be a permanent nerve injury. So both of these two, like my ring finger and my pinky, it plays more with the muscle power rather than the nerve power. So these two
Okay.
fingers are fine. but these two fingers, they don't move independently, they move together, and it's not about practice, it's about the nerve thing.
Shubham,
It's
I
the
am so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so
it's
sorry to hear
but
you.
then again,
Yeah,
it
man.
became a part of my playing, because of
Yep.
course I can't stop playing. So from 2011, since 2011, my playing also drastically changed. The kind of music that I was creating using my guitar, that changed.
Okay,
uh,
after this show, just give me a WhatsApp. I'll
mhm.
give you the number of doctor
The doctor,
and
okay.
yeah, and EDF.
Okay,
Yep,
sure.
yep.
But then again,
Tomorrow you'll
this is
call
this is
me.
this is something which I sustained another injury, which is on my wrist, which I think I need to give a little bit of rest and show a doctor. And I think it's going to heal
Yes,
it.
Please do.
yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
Mm.
And
But that's not stopping me from making music. So
yeah,
yeah,
वो
yeah,
stop नहीं हो सकता है because
mm.
if that will stop, you will stop.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
so
Wow.
play something from your composition.
Uh, is the video on?
Yep, yep, yep.
One
Yeah.
second.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
frozen for
yeah.
me. One second. It's all frozen for me. Anyway, so you guys can see me, right? It's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
not a
yes,
problem.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Hmm.
Just play something for
It's
our
what I can
audience.
for I can manage, like some little chords which will not put much pressure on my wrist.
No, 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 no. Don't put, don't put.
Yeah. Eh, the G string, I tell you.
Uh-huh. Ah, very nice,
Well,
very
Yeah.
nice.
very meditative
Uh,
also.
Yeah.
yeah, Shubham, I want to say
Yeah.
one thing.
Hmm.
First of all, your guitar is sounding very good
Okay. Thank you.
because of you.
So
Yeah,
true.
your tone of two hands,
Hmm.
Correct.
very
Correct.
nice,
Thank you so much.
very nice. And Dil say you are a different musician. Dil say, yeah.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
what
Shubham is one
whatever
of the
whatever you play for audience and for our bread and butter, we have to play lot of things.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Mm.
um, inner side of Shubham is a different Shubham.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's not very jumpy. It's very calm.
yeah, yes, that's why. That's why your choice of chords
Hmm.
and progression of chords
Hmm.
is very peaceful. God
Yeah.
bless you here.
Thank you.
God
Thank you
bless
so
you.
much, Afida.
Beautiful.
Means a lot. Means a lot. Thank you
Really.
so much.
very well done, man.
uh,
Very.
हरिप्रसाद चौरसिया जी एक बात बोला था. उन्होंने बोला बहुत प्रैक्टिस किया बेटा तुमने, बट मेरा मुंह से आहा नहीं आया. जिस दिन आहा निकलेगा
Correct.
उस दिन समझो तुम एक मोहल्ले में पहुंच गए. मेरे
True. True.
दिल को तुमने छू लिया तो मेरा मुंह से आहा निकल गया.
Nice.
The Hariprasad
Very true.
Chaurasia
But
ji
Bapida,
said. Yeah.
বাপিদা আমার মুখ থেকে অনেকবার তোমার বাজনা শোনা আহা বেরিয়েছে অনেকবার।
সব সময় বেরবে।
maybe ওই মোমেন্টে তোমার মাইন্ড সেটআপটা যা ছিল এবং আমার মিউজিকটা তোমায় কোনোভাবে হ্যালো বলেছে.
Correct. Correct. It's a
On that note,
communication.
Bapi,
It should
on
reach
that
me.
note, Bapida, আমি জাস্ট তোমাকে পিছনে ড্রোন দিচ্ছি, তুমি একটা বাজাও না, এটার উপরই বাজাও না একটা, মানে অবভিয়াসলি লেটেন্সি হবে, আমি একটা ড্রোন ফরম্যাটে রাখছি,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
বাজাও না
Okay.
বাপিদা, ইমেজারের
Yeah,
উপরে আছে।
sure. Sure.
Nice. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you.
On
And
that
That was
on
nice.
that note, Bapida, let me use this moment to convey something that I have always kept inside me. Ami, for minority of people would know probably. There was a show from MTV which I went into called MTV Rock On. It was long back,
yeah, yeah.
and me,
তুমি ছিলে?
Sambit, আমি ছিলাম, আমি বলছি তোমাকে. So,
Oh my
and
God.
the first day we were kept at this hotel called Royal Palms in Mumbai,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm sure you'll recall all of that. And it's been
এই
a while
দাঁড়াও,
now.
আমি ইন্টারাপ্ট করছি, একটা কথা বলি। তো
Sure.
সরি, আমি বলতে আমার কোনো আপত্তি নেই, আমি কখনো কখনো একটু সিগারেট খাই। তো ওই রয়্যাল পামের গেটের বাইরে এসে সিগারেট ধরিয়েছি। হঠাৎ ওই গেট কিপার এসে আমায় বললো যে বাবু একটু ভেতরে ঢুকে খান। আর এখানে কি প্রবলেম, এখানে নো স্মোকিং এরিয়া? বললো না, লেপার্ড আসে। সিরিয়াসলি, এবং উইদিন ফিউ সেকেন্ড না, আমি সিগারেটটা ফেলে দিয়ে পা দিয়ে মুড়ে ভেতরে চলে এসেছি। আলো সিগারেটও খাওয়ার দরকার নেই, আমার বাইরে থাকারও দরকার নেই। রিয়েলি ওখানে লেপার্ড আসে,
মনে আছে।
and it was a fantastic venue, John.
Yeah. এবার আমি বলছি তোমাকে, so what happened really was, all of us from Kolkata আমরা যারা গেছিলাম, আমরা একত্রিত হয়ে we had different rooms, but we kind of everyone got together and we were living in the same room. এবার Bapida was probably playing with Sona ma'am at that time.
Yes.
So the first night when we were staying, so these MTV guys said that, we have a treat for you. Sona Mahapatra is performing. Ram sir was obviously there as the judge.
And Kailash bhai also there.
Kailash sir was also there. So they said that Sona Mahapatra is coming, so get ready for a nice performance, and it's like a welcome to all the contestants. So they took us to this nice swimming pool side area, and we were sitting, and the opposite side to the swimming pool, I saw Sona Mahapatra. Of course, Bapida was there, and it was a great performance as usual. So all of that being said, performance ta hoye jawar por Bapida pashe eschilo ar ki, he was somewhere alone. Eibar I knew that Bapida is a Bengali. Somehow I knew that. Here, what happened in that show, that these guys took all of our cell phones and wallets, so কোনোভাবে আমরা বাইরে কমিউনিকেট করতে পারবো না। I was literally going nuts. আমি খুব homesick person আর কি। It's been only 3 days, তাতেই আমার অবস্থা খারাপ হয়ে গেছে। So I walked up to Bapida. তোমার মনে নেই হয়তো, I walked up and randomly said that, sir, আপনি তো বাঙালি, আমাদের না এখান থেকে বেরোতে দিচ্ছে না, আমাদের ফোন নিয়ে নিয়েছে। তো Bapida was মানে একটু কনফিউজ যে এক্সকিউজ মি, I said যে হ্যাঁ, মানে can you help me out in any way? He said, oh আচ্ছা না sure, ওরা ফেরত দিয়ে দেবে আর কি. So that was the first instance when I actually got to talk to Bapida. It was really hilarious. এত বছর পর ভাবলে লাগে আর কি, the first conversation with such a beautiful guitar player, and all I could ask for is to save myself from that
Yeah.
hotel room আর কি.
হ্যাঁ,
But
ওদের
anyway,
অনেকগুলো প্রোটোকল থাকে, মানে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
ইউআর প্রোটোকল, ওগুলো ভালো লাগে না।
না, বাট ওটার পরে আর কি, কন্টিনিউইং দ্যাট, বাপিদা, হোয়াট আই রিয়েলি অ্যাডমায়ার অ্যান্ড লাভ অ্যাবাউট ইউ ইজ দ্যাট আমি তোমাকে যেখানেই আই হ্যাভ সিন ইউ প্লে, I absolutely admire the fact how you express when you play. মানে তোমার মুখ দেখলে we can understand the amount of connection you are having with your instrument. মানে এটা I envy so much that you know the
Thank you.
smile you put on every time you play. But it's so
Actually,
beautiful.
normally it comes through the power of music.
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
are all human toy.
Mhm.
We are all human toys. Just we are like machine, huh? So if you don't have the connection from superpower, it's not
Correct.
possible to play the correct note in correct time.
True. True. True.
That I believe. That's why I told to Shubham, you are Shubham on stage, different sound, different type of riff, phase, rhythm you are playing, but inner Shubham is different.
Correct.
Just we have heard his tone, his progression. भाई पंडित मैं उनको ही बोलता हूँ जो अच्छा सिंप्लिसिटी दिखा सकता है,
True.
उनको मैं पंडित बोलता हूँ। और उनको मैं शो ऑफ म्यूजिशियन बोलता हूँ, जो स्टेज पे दिखाता है मैं कितना प्रैक्टिस किया। वो दिखाने
all
का
been through
जरूरत
that.
नहीं होता है, जस्ट वन chord he played, he showed his love for music, and how much he come from inner heart he showed.
True. True.
That's why I stopped Shubham and I told him, you are different Shubham from your inner heart. It's a completely different man. God bless
Bapida,
you.
you're not even understanding whatever you're saying. I hope I had a way of recording this. I still have a way of recording this, but I'll not do such creepy things. But then again, what you're saying, this can work as like a medicine for me throughout my life, because for what you're saying, you are not even understanding how much you're inspiring me and motivating me from inside, and you're doing exactly what a senior must do.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said,
This is what a senior should and must do for
correct.
the people who are younger to them, and
দেখো এটা ইয়াং আর সিনিয়রের কথা না, আজকে lot of things you have what I can learn from you, I believe that. But what you expressed, I should respect that if it's really good. अच्छा नहीं है तो चुप हो जाओ, कुछ बोलो मत, but if you love that, you should express to the audience and to him or her also. So that's why I can say, brother, keep these vibes entire your
Absolutely.
life.
Absolutely.
When you will do your own music, keep this. It will be your signature.
And this is what me and Adil, we keep on talking. So we are completely different people from every aspect, okay? Like, but every time, like, we got a chance to exchange music or talk about music, we somehow we have like landed on like similar, like spots, okay?
Yeah.
So
Adil,
I personally
Yeah.
think Adil and I share a very, very common love for music. Like even the
That's
influences that we have are very, very common. Like
That's
from the
true.
bands and the artists and everything that we have listened since now. Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I can request to Adil,
Yes.
just think, Shubham asked you some questions through his notes. Now I can request you, please give the answer through notes.
Oh wow. I am not prepared for this, but
Are, please
Um,
give some answer.
yeah.
It will be
so,
a very good conversation.
Yeah, sure, sure. Of course. Like I would love to. I have my guitar here with me, and I am. So
आहा, so beautiful.
You
एक बार
removed
गिटार
you
तो दिखाओ.
भाई
yeah,
तेरा कैमरा हिल गया
अरे
actually, right. Yeah. So
वाह.
this is my guitar.
आहा
It's
हा
uh,
हा.
it's a Les Paul. I've been playing Les Paul
Yes.
since I was 15 years old, I think. And
And this is a traditional look of Les Paul.
yeah, but
Authentic look.
this is also
Oh,
Les Paul because
okay.
it has a Floyd Rose,
Floyd
and
Rose. Yep.
and
yeah.
but-
So
and I will continue put in a little word. I think probably this is the guitar that I have heard has the highest amount of sustain. It's unbelievable. It's like a record breaking sustain this guitar has. My
Oh,
goodness.
that
it's a
means a
beautiful
different
guitar.
wood.
I mean, yeah, it's really good. This is actually the Alex Lifeson signature guitar.
Oh,
So like so since I've been associated with Gibson guitars for like it's been 10 years now, and
oh.
you know, like I'm a huge fan of Steve Vai, and you know his whole way of expressing how he expresses himself on the guitar,
So
especially.
this guitar with you 10 years.
No,
You are
this guitar
using.
has been about 4 years, but
Okay, and
I've
you
been
are
with
using Les
Gibson
Paul
for 10.
Gibson 10 years.
I've been
Uh,
yeah, I've been using Gibson Les Paul for about 10 years now.
okay, and this is the 10th year of Underground Authority.
Yes.
And
In fact,
congrats to you all.
thank you so much. In fact,
Congrats,
the first
congrats.
time the so even before Underground Authority, I used to play Epiphone Les Pauls because like I always loved
Arey, that
the
is superb guitar. That
yeah
is incredible guitar.
yeah.
Incredible. मिलता नहीं है आज.
Exactly. आजकल
Beautiful.
मिलता नहीं है. One of those beautiful like Epiphone Les Pauls. In fact, in my first album, although I had a Gibson Les Paul standard, I played all the solos on my Epiphone because I had swapped out the pickups for Seymour Duncan's, and it you know it just had more of. I had spent more time with it, so it had more of my sound.
You know,
So
last year, before last year, I was with Diljit in UK tour. So I was playing the Gibson Epiphone Les Paul. One of my colleague, he gave me, he told me, बापिता ये आप लेके जाओ, जाके बजाओ उधर, बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. You know, in Hampton, Canada, Hampton, one the sound engineer, we had a sound engineer, but who was making the whole system? He came to me. He was asking me, which Les Paul is this? And this is Epiphone. Brilliant man. How you have got this?
yeah.
And it's not mine. One of my friend, he gave me to carry and to play for this concert. Genius guitar. बोल को चले गए. Amazing guitar. आज मिलता नहीं है. It's
नहीं
very
बिल्कुल
tough you will get. Yeah.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
So
In
Adil,
fact, हाँ बोले.
yeah. So it will be very good because Shubham played the nylon string.
Yeah.
It's a different frequency.
Hmm.
Okay. He already talked.
Hmm.
Now you can give the answer with the steel string humbucker.
Sure.
It's a different frequency.
I hope I can.
Yeah, of
absolutely.
course.
I'm still backing you guys.
Shubham, yeah, play.
Shubham, are you playing on standard tuning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have to play on F10. You're on E major?
I'm on E major.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Uh-huh. Ah,
Wow.
It is so like, I mean, I could just hear chords at random times coming into my.
Adil,
Amazing. Yeah.
too
Wow,
good.
man.
Too
Thank you so
good your
So,
expression, too good your playing, and
Thank you.
amazing your tone.
Thank you so much.
Actually, as an audience, I was thinking you both are talking to each other.
absolutely.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
Yeah.
thank you
and
so much.
sometime
Thank you.
you are sounding like a bird is flying in the sky. Yes, yes. And I will come to John. You are a guy who made a lot of experiment, and you played with a lot of bands.
Little bit.
I met with you. Yes, I remember that MTV night.
Correct.
Um,
Oh, no, you do.
so,
Thank
John,
you. Uh-huh.
most welcome. And John, please present something for audience and for us also.
Okay. So I
It
have
will be
access.
a small gift from us
Yeah,
for
yeah,
our
yeah. Sure, sure,
audience.
sure. I'm not. I have access to only my acoustic guitar right now.
Alright, play,
Uh,
man, play.
wait.
And
I
as
can
I
just
was
do some.
saying, the little bit of, not little bit actually, the connection, musical connection that we have, me and Adil have, it's so weird. The moment I kind of ended, like I am not hearing him real time. I'm still hearing in little bit of delay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But the moment he stopped, and I just got from like an imager. I was an imager, and the moment I stopped, I went to a, and that's the exact moment he stopped. Somehow, like, yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's
एक कहावत है, आत्मा बातें करते हैं.
Hmm.
So when your soul will talk and you are playing, both of you are playing together from long time,
Hmm.
तो एक कनेक्शन आ जाता है. बोलने का जरूरत नहीं होता है जे चलो बात खत्म ना, वो बोलने का
correct,
जरूरत नहीं होता है.
correct, correct,
People can
correct.
both of you understood that in the same
Yeah.
time, and I appreciate Shubham that
Yeah.
it's a beautiful place. You just played that minor sixth, and it
Yeah.
worked like, oh my
A
God,
charm. Correct,
नमक
correct, correct.
नमक कम था, अभी नमक आ गया. हाँ, हाँ.
Because Adil
So
was
John,
heading towards that. It felt like he was heading towards that zone and will
but
land
you
somewhere.
you
Yeah.
understood, na? You
Yeah. Yeah.
understood because of his Atma was talking with you.
Absolutely.
That's why you
Absolutely.
understood. Yeah, I can go there.
Hmm.
That's why.
True.
So, John, now
Yeah.
your time. A small gift
Uh,
from your side.
okay.
Beautiful guitar. Which guitar, brother?
This is a Chinese company called Magic. They sent me this guitar. They are like a
Beautiful.
boutique company. Yeah, yeah, it's a
That 12 fret beautiful
Artwork.
art. Yeah,
artwork.
man.
Yeah, that's a dragon. That's a Chinese
Beautiful.
dragon.
Yeah, 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 yeah. God bless
You
that
It's a
person who made this guitar.
so
It's
they are
sounding
like
like
a boutique. They're like a boutique
majestic.
company. They make
Hmm.
yeah, they make fewer guitars, and they make like great guitars. Okay, I doodle a lot when I'm with my instrument. So I'll just do as if I'm sitting alone and doing something.
Absolutely.
Yep.
If that
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
that makes everyone feel good. So this is something I play when I'm a little alone.
Uh-huh. Ah. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
Thank
chord
you.
structure. And when you are playing that little bit Meyer
the comp
style, yeah,
Yeah,
comping, yeah.
comp, it's very, very clean and yeah, beautiful and really
thank you.
majestic, majestic guitar.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
guitar sounds
they
great.
have got a yeah, they have got a beautiful hand. I can say
Yeah,
that.
you
Yeah,
should check out
yeah,
the chords when you play. You know, it just sounds so
mm.
full. And just play
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
plain all time go to chord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sounding like Loudon.
Yeah,
It's sounding like beautiful
Nice.
sound.
yeah, it
Really
sounds
very
great.
nice.
It's a
And
solid
you're playing.
spruce.
Yeah, and you're
Thank you.
playing. Obviously. Uh, BMW वही अच्छा से drive कर सकता है if he or she is a good driver.
Mm. Mhm.
I believe that. Yeah.
True,
Mm.
true.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So one another question. You played the acoustic guitar. So you,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people they know you experiment with a lot of gears also. Can
Uh,
you give put some lines for the musicians community? So
yeah, yeah,
what kind
yeah.
of guitar
Sure,
you
sure.
use? Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
First decide what you will be talking as, like talking as a guitarist or a drummer or a bassist or a mandolin player or what.
Or
First
engineer.
decide, or an engineer.
Yeah, actually,
I'll
he's
be
a multitasking guy, no? That's why.
He
Yeah.
multitasks like a boss.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's something I kind of got, and I'm using it to its fullest right now.
You're doing it
Absolutely.
beautifully,
Mm.
brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to help anyone in any way, but it's something that I've helped me. In terms of gear, the only limitation I've got is definitely money, because I have to always think, let's say I have a gig, I do the gig, I get the money, or wherever I get the money from, and I try and search for the product that fits my budget. That's a very
Mm.
common way to go about it. But
Mm.
I
Mm.
try to be happy with what I can afford, and not be
Yeah.
sad about what I can't afford.
But
So
Yeah.
that has always,
that leads to very innovative ideas. Like
correct, correct.
I remember, like, when I was using my single pedals, and there was no money to buy like amp
Yeah.
simulator, stuff like that, or
Mhm.
have a stereo rig. Then the mind starts working, and then you start innovating.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
used I
True.
used my
I,
delay pedal to get like a stereo signal,
exactly.
and then stuff.
Get the
So,
image. Right, right.
yeah, so I think the fact that we are constrained by money, we all are, of
Hmm.
course, is
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
kind of leads to
It
innovation in
pushes
how
you.
we approach, choosing gear, and ultimately our tone and our sound.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to get there because uh, the gears that I had previously, I can, I can be really, I can take a little pride on the fact that I have used them to its fullest. Like I've completely extracted the last drop out of that thing. I To start, I had my first guitar processor was a 505 Zoom
Same here.
Arey,
505.
Zoom.
that
Yeah,
is great processor. I'm telling you.
correct.
Zoom
And
505
Beautiful.
too.
yeah,
Dekho, kya hai
and
na? What you want, you'll get from
Mhm.
there. That's it.
Yeah, and
Maybe
to
that
be
is 1 to
honest,
5. Beautiful.
I also believe in the philosophy that everything happens for a reason. That is, I'm sure everybody believes in that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
at that moment, I had that process, and it was meant to be. That was the processor I was supposed to have at that time. It
Correct.
wouldn't have been fair if I had a Kemper at that time. It wouldn't really have made sense. I wouldn't have been able to use that to its fullest. I had to
Correct.
really go through all the steps to reach to Kemper, and that
Mm.
is how it should be. So I had that processor, and my instructions from my parents were, unless that is being destroyed, and don't you do it purposely, unless that is destroyed, you're not getting another one. So
Uh,
I used every possibility on that processor and made the best use out of it. So when
That's
that actually, my cat peed on that processor, and the
oh
and
my
the
God.
power circuit blew off, and then I bought this new processor called Korg AX1500G, which was a widely
1500G.
used, yeah,
Yeah.
that
guitar
was,
processor.
I
Yeah.
had the 3000G.
Yeah,
3000 you had. And
eventually,
and the Korg had the same series AXB for
hmm,
bass.
Yeah,
correct. They
AXB.
yeah,
had AX5G, and they had AX10G
And
also, I believe.
superbly built with a metal.
Yeah, yeah, correct. The hardware was great,
Yeah.
and
Correct.
it lasted for a really long time,
Yeah.
and I used that also. I used that to the best possible way I could. I was playing a lot of heavy metal songs on that,
Yeah.
clean tones on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pushed it, and after that I got the first ever GT series, which also I used it to its last,
Too good.
its
GT3,
efficiency,
GT5.
everything.
Too
Yeah, yeah,
good.
it was
I
great.
had GT3.
Yeah, yeah,
GT3
it's one
was.
of the best ever.
I heard
Yeah, one
Tukida play GT3s, and when I
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
kid,
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Me too.
and
I heard Tukida play that.
I was totally like blown away by
Yeah,
the sound
floored,
of it,
floored. Yeah, yeah,
because
But then
for
again,
me,
I had GT3. I
hmm,
sold it.
yeah.
hmm,
Huh. I used 5-6 years. I sold it.
Huh.
To whom I sold,
Hmm.
after 2-3 years, I called him.
Hmm. Oh, you got it back.
Can you give me back? I'll give you the
Ah.
money. अरे उन्होंने नहीं दिया. But still now I'm waiting, and I'm
You could get that.
telling you also, everyone,
Mhm.
if you'll
Uh-huh.
get GT3,
A
just
GT3.
inform me. I'll buy it now.
wow,
And
Sure.
I
wow,
said to a Roland guy also. Yes, few days back.
Mhm.
And if you have any old machine in
Mhm.
your warehouse, anywhere, if you have,
Mhm.
just inform me. I will buy. because
Yes, now I know.
GT3 and GT5, they had that system.
Awesome.
You can play two SFX with two different channel.
Okay.
It had, yes, one side
Two.
is uh, pitch blender one side, and one side is only the reverb. You could make
Oh,
that
okay, okay. You could
time.
split the
Yeah,
FXs. Okay. Nice.
FX. Yes,
Okay, beautiful.
that time it was in GT3.
But then
Wow.
again, Sanjay da, this is what Amit da told me, and this I strongly believe that all these things, the tone and sound of it, uh, it's primarily the fingers first. Okay,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that is
so
different.
so
I'm
so
saying
so
about SFX.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
you using GT3 and getting
Hmm.
a great tone is
Hmm.
primarily because you have beautiful hands. Okay,
No,
like
I'm
so.
talking about FX.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
FX.
absolutely,
Yep. Yep.
absolutely. So no, I'm just
It's too good.
emphasizing on the fact that
Haha.
we can talk about a lot of fancy things. These things are
Yeah,
fancy
yeah.
things we can talk about, but in the end of the day, a good tone is always hands
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But but
I told you
countering
a
that
few minutes
point.
back,
No, not
whatever you played.
completely. I mean, I
Yeah.
this can be a little I have to contradict myself to an extent, but yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah,
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 but then
of course, of
just to
course.
add to what you're saying, like I mean, I think a lot of musical maturity is involved in choosing gear also, and choosing
Hmm.
sounds. If you have a multi effects unit, like if you think a certain way, if your mind uh, uh, is imagining a sound, it takes a lot of maturity and understanding, and it takes time and effort to choose the right kind of representation of what is inside your head from
Correct.
your
Correct.
effect. Because obviously, if I was a metal musician, and if I was thinking of writing heavy riffs, I wouldn't use an overdrive tone like this. I mean, it would be stupid of me to do that. But then
Hmm.
at the same time, uh, you know uh, and the same goes for the for the like vice versa. That's how. So, and then but then again, like a bad musician, like someone with whose tones I mean, not tones, someone whose fingers are not there yet, may sound terrible even if the best musician
King
in the
is
world
given.
has made his
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tones for him. So this is what, in fact, something like, I don't teach, but then when someone asks me about tones, that's what I tell them, that understanding the philosophy of guitar tone is more important than actually turning knobs.
Yeah, I can say one thing. If we can produce a good tone and the our level on stage, means volume on stage perfectly, it's a big help for sound engineer who is doing FOH.
Right. Right.
Huh? When an engineer get the good sound and good level, perfect level, he is the happiest person for that eve.
Yeah, yeah. And you
That's
are
true.
happy also on stage. Yeah. If he is
Yeah,
happy, you are happy also.
yeah, yeah. Don't need so much volume. I have seen lot of musicians, they're very loud on stage.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very, very loud.
I've
They
seen the
want to
worst,
hear,
man.
yeah, they want to hear own sound. They want to hear other sound. How is it possible, man?
But
I
Sanjay, that is
always
a
say,
that is again. I think that is also a experience
Active.
because I think I also have, like, when I was like 10 years back, even I to an extent I also have done that, and then I
brother,
I
realized that.
brother,
I play pretty loud on stage.
I am, listen, some genre of music,
Mm,
you need that level to play those kind
Yeah.
of phrases, and
Absolutely.
the, yes, you need that for some kind of music. But I'm not talking only for about beginners, Shubham.
mm,
I have seen lot of big name, they are playing on stage and they are really too loud.
loud.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all about
And through the
relative.
monitors, not through not the in ears. Mm.
Through the monitor, through the monitor. So
But okay,
John
can
is
I
very
ask
good
a question?
engineer. Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
ask a
ask me.
question?
Yeah,
For all three of you guys, I mean, are you guys like all on in-ears throughout? Like, I mean, are you all used to in-ears?
I
Right
you
Uh,
now,
know,
I'm
I
I'm doing
especially me,
in-ears.
I don't use any monitor on stage.
Okay.
No, no monitor. If you see Hariharan's concert, last 10 years, 10 to 12 years, we are not a single monitor on stage. No,
Okay. So all in-ears?
all in-ears. And
Okay.
when I play for some band where I am playing electric guitar, I keep my amp almost 10 feet distance away from my place.
Yeah, of course, because it'll
If I
feedback on.
get that, if I get the space on stage,
Yeah.
otherwise
Yeah.
I put just touch of volume,
Okay.
just touch of volume for that microphones. That's it.
Okay. Right. Right.
Because मेरा पास में और एक म्यूजिशियन है.
Hmm.
If he will get the disturb, what they will say something to me ना, बापी कम करो बहुत loud है.
Right.
Maybe a sound engineer. I always look for sound engineer. If his or her face is little bit wrong ना, मेरा को अच्छा ना, something I'm doing wrong on stage. He is looking at me like that. Why? Suddenly I asked him, am I wrong from any corner? Tell me. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Because sound engineer is a god for live show, for studio, for final production. I always believe they are the last word. That's why
Okay.
we need to help that guy and the team from stage when I'm playing in studio, from my live room. Also, I need to help that person because after my playing, he will sit for the production.
Right. Right. But
So
then
that
I
is
think
our responsibility.
in the case of John, Shubham, and myself, like we've taken matters into our own hands in most of our projects. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we're only doing what is. So no, but my question is that I tried in yours a couple of times with my band
Yeah.
and with my other thing. And what I feel is that especially when I'm playing like rock music, like which is my main thing, like I play rock music, like guitar playing, especially my guitar tones and everything. On in ears, I don't get that that push and that clarity and openness. Not really clarity, of course it's more clear, but I don't I kind of feel lost when I'm in in-ears because I feel like I'm inside a really
Disconnected.
small space. Yeah, I feel very disconnected, which is why I haven't been able to get into in-ears fully. And I'm
So
still
yeah,
I still
exactly.
have.
I understand what Adil is saying because it same happens when I'm playing with even heavier. Like I'm playing a metal. I play in a metal band. But
Yeah,
the thing is
yeah,
that over the years, I also realized that somehow that the kind of first and foremost the kind of in-ear we actually should use, it's filthy expensive to get those in-ears
right,
and to get it made like all those 5 drivers and stuff which the professional bands use. Okay,
right.
so I exactly don't know how they sound anyway because I have not never used them. But the ones that we have used, the decent ones, it doesn't help me when we are playing the heavier sets.
Isn't it
Okay, so
isn't it
in
you don't feel the air pushing.
see that's the word, that is the word. I feel disconnected from the
Yeah,
music that I'm playing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like my ears are in studio and my body is in the live session in the
exactly,
situation. It's like
exactly.
some
Yes,
disconnection.
I
So
I,
what
I
I do,
agree.
yeah, so what I do is little, it took me some time to happen, but it's on my side of the stage, like where I'm standing and headbanging and playing and whatnot. The volume is unbelievably less, so my vocalists and people who have wireless, they don't come to my side also
Okay,
because that side can give them like a wrong information maybe because it's so soft on that side of the stage, like
okay,
mostly on the right side. If they come, they might just lose the cue or something
okay,
because
okay.
So
I keep it
that's why,
very low.
yeah, that's
Like
why I told to Adil, yeah, Adil need that push and that gain for particular music. You
Yeah,
need that. Otherwise, you can't play. And
yeah,
in front of John, I can say, very few engineers they can control that power.
hmm,
Am I
yeah.
right or wrong?
That's true.
Well, of
That's
course,
true.
of course.
Very few engineers they can control that. If need loud on stage for that music, I have to control that stage because I need clean FOH.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because of that, we need to place our FOH speaker and monitor speaker on a stage monitor speakers
It's the whole
at the
system. Yeah.
distance. At the
Hmm.
distance.
Yeah.
Need the space, yeah, for FOH
I
system where you will put the
no
speakers.
correct because
The and still now we have seen lot of in lot of concert we have seen our subwoofer on the ground.
Mhm.
But today in abroad, I have seen they put the subwoofer extreme height, and they
Mhm.
put like this. Is a throw subwoofer
Okay.
there, and after that rack, the 40, 80 speakers they are hanging, but it's a big space from the stage and that FOH space.
Yeah.
That's why
That
they don't have any problem for feedback,
no
blah blah blah. No,
also also I think, see, this is a two-way thing for me, because we both are in the same mind space if the sound engineer is as connected as the musician in that performance. So I
yes,
think it's good for, I always try to do this with every band that I've, so now I don't do live and all, but I've always tried to have a very healthy conversation with all the musicians
correct.
and
What you
figure
want,
out,
what you want, what you want,
yeah,
like that. Yeah,
more than not being on the particular day of the gig, but in general discussing about what gears do you use, what how loud you generally are on stage, or how much
and
volume do you
one,
require.
yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I have
Mhm.
seen one another very important point for the sound engineers. I have seen so many bands they are rehearsing, band members are there,
Mhm.
but sound engineers are not there.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's good to be around
Yeah,
at times,
they should
to
know
understand.
what kind of
Yeah,
music is going on, what kind of music I will produce after a few days.
true,
If
because
you,
from a from a front of house guy, the I think the front of a guy needs to give maximum comfort to the musician. Number
correct,
one,
correct.
at the same time, the musician has to think a little bit also about the effort. It's not that both of them are completely ignorant of each other's comfort. It
No, no,
Yeah.
just
no.
has to be a middle place. It has to be
Correct.
a
Like,
middle place.
yeah, yeah, conversation should necessary.
Ha ha ha. Like
Yeah,
I'll
what
tell
I
you what.
want.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
because
because
mostly.
I know what John is saying, because
Mhm.
I use this term called negotiation of frequencies.
Ha
Correct.
ha.
So like, so I don't, yeah.
Very nice.
So
Negotiation of frequency.
yeah, so because
Fantastic.
you might have a sound in your head, or like when you're
Mhm.
practicing alone, you are accustomed to listen to yourself in a certain way.
Mhm.
That might happen, but that exact sound, what this is what I feel, I might be wrong, but that exact sound can be produced if and only if you are playing again alone.
Correct.
Once you have more than few people around you who are
Hmm.
also sharing the same space, like the
Hmm.
frequency space, you have to do give and take. You have to take
Yes.
Yeah,
something, you have to give
it
something.
comes from a mixing point of view. When
Exactly.
all of us, we mix our own music, so we understand that what might sound good individually may not sound great with the rest of the
Absolutely.
music playing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm making a guitar tone and it's like I'm finding it very chuggy, like wow, there's so
Hmm.
much of bottom end and all,
Does it chug?
and I have done that, and I went out on stage, and it was, I think, Shayon only who said that why do you have so much of bottom end on your guitar?
Correct,
What is the
correct.
bass guitar there for? So
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
realized, then I realized, okay, I can so once I was bringing down the low end of the guitar, I saw that the compression is acting better. So
You know,
everything changed. So all these things are like, goes hand in hand,
Which is
like
why I
what
think
John
it's
was
very
saying.
important. I mean, what I do with my band is, when we are making tones, like,
Hmm.
see, we can't control acoustic drum sounds. That is something which is up, up to whatever kit we get, and
Hmm.
that. But then at least with the synth tones that I use, and
yeah, yeah.
Babla's bass tone and my guitar tones, what I do is I try to imagine, the concept from the beginning is for live. it doesn't matter if it sounds great on the studio monitors or not, or whether it sounds even good. How will it sound in a situation where, you know, everything is playing together? So I kind of even play back some of our live recordings so that I can, you know, have a feel of how my tones should sound, or how do they sound. So you know, so I think vision is very important for guitar players when you're making tones, like, you know, understanding that, you know, this is how my guitar is going to sound in a big system. I mean, it sounds a certain way on my monitors, but it might sound completely different on a system. So that comes with experience. Like all of us, we've gone through, you know, bad situations where we've had some tones which just don't work live, and then sometimes they do. And then even gain wise, you know, you know, I've
Oh my
realized
God.
over the years that, you know, a lot of gain on your overdrive sound is not a good idea for anything, for recording or for
Absolutely.
it's only the appropriate amount that is important. So, you know, these things, I think, you know, experience is far more important
Matter.
than you know,
And experience is
tutorials.
a matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Just
want
by
to
the way, that is my
ask you.
just by the way, 1 second. That is where my gain is, like that's below 5 for the heaviest music that I play.
Yeah,
That's below
yeah,
5.
because of your pickups and the
Yeah.
kind of pedal that it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
it's below 5. I don't need more than that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So in this situation, um, we all know the industry is not in that standard. Means economical standard is very low.
Yeah.
Oh, we have lot of brothers and sisters. They are musician. They are not getting concerts.
Yeah.
Recording to cholo. Uh, they are struggling a lot. Lot of people. Uh, they have sold their instrument also. Is
Yeah.
a
Hmm.
I
really
just saw a post in Facebook, like one of the very well-known bassists. I don't want to take his name. I just saw it like maybe 1 hour back before this live, that he's selling his Marcus Miller Sire bass because he needs money. He even wrote that, and I need money, so that's why I'm selling my instrument.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very sad.
You
It's very sad.
লোক বেঁচে থাকার জন্য আগে তো জীবন,
Hmm.
Hmm.
আগে জীবন তারপরে সবকিছু।
Hmm.
হ্যাঁ, সে হয়তো ওই টাকা দিয়ে তার বাড়ির লোকজনকে খেতে দিতে পারবে। তো কি
Probably. Yeah.
অবস্থায় যাচ্ছে। এবং ইন দিস সিচুয়েশন উই আর ওয়াচিং ফিউ অনলাইন কনসার্টস আর happening, have started
Hmm.
Right,
online concerts.
Hmm.
right.
So give me 2 lines answer, everyone. Adil, are you happy for online concert? Ek
No,
room ka andar you are playing.
no. It is, first of all, it's not a concert. It is a
Okay,
glorified rehearsal.
got it. John,
Glory. Yeah, it is. How should I say that in 2 lines? But yeah, definitely, it is something we are bound to get accustomed to. But you know,
got your
definitely,
answer. Shubham,
a live concert is better.
It's the most important thing. Once a digital concert feels like you are shooting a video for yourself.
Yeah.
So sad
so
but true, but yeah, it's a fact.
but
And especially the kind of enormity of sound and everything that I relate myself with, especially when I'm playing with my metal band. It's nothing.
not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible. घर पे बैठ के गाना गा रहे हो, आपका फैमिली सुन रहा है like that.
Yeah, shooting video
Because
for yourself. নিজের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের জন্য ভিডিও শুট করলে যেরকম লাগে ওরকম লাগে।
you are absolutely right. That's it. That is plastic presentation. Yeah, I've
Absolutely.
got the answer. And my last question: Indian made equipment and imported equipment. So Indian equipment, what do you think, as well as foreign equipment? First
Adil,
of
what
all, we don't get all equipment Indian made first.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because that support we don't have. If any guitar company wants a big place for the factory, first of all, they will not get. And our people, society people, they can't trust Indian equipment because in India we didn't get still now that kind of a small synthesizer also we didn't get. And the good luck, some guys, they have started to make good guitars. They are changing pickups, they are experimenting, and I think some guys, they are making pedals also. I know
Yeah.
one guy, Hitesh Dhutia. He made awesome distortion and overdrive pedals, and he played his own amp for
Wow.
recording also.
Beautiful.
He made his own amp.
Beautiful. I'm waiting for Gigi Gadgets to make some pedals. Gigi Gadgets, please.
I even said that in the first conference that we had.
It was
I said,
my
please make
just
pedals.
next line, Adil, you have disclosed it. Because yes, it, and I talked with Gigi, and I said them, you are amazing engineers you have, and good team, and try to make a good tube preamp for us.
Oh yes, please, that would be amazing.
It will be fantastic.
Even a small one will
for
still,
us.
yeah.
Because एक preamp क्या प्राइस बोलते हैं कंपनी, $2,000, $1,500, $3,000. Boss, if they want, I believe Gigi will make that. Gigi can make.
I'm sure, yeah, of course.
I'm sure.
Best wishes to that.
Absolutely, and we have our full support for that also.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and
full
coming to what you were saying about, Indian made products and outside products. Right now we have to strike a balance between these two, because there is good quality here, but there's not enough here. There are not enough products. So like for example, guitars, there are great guitar, maybe good luthiers here, but there is no brand that you can identify with, like which is like an amazing Indian guitar brand which is as good as say a Fender or a Gibson or a PRS or a or things like that. So I think it'll take time, but it's our responsibility as musicians to strike a balance. Like for example, when we're using Gigi Gadgets, because the quality is so good, we're not using it because it's Indian, we're using it because it's so good. And the fact that it's Indian, and the fact that it's being made locally, and the fact that it has customizable features for us personally, is just add-ons. It's just because if I put this power supply along with the one that I have, which is from outside, very honestly, there are certain merits in this that I wouldn't find in that one, or they perform exactly the same way, but I'm getting it at a much lower price and I can customize it. So Indian musicians need to look out for companies like this who are doing things like this.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think we are coming to the end of our chat list, I think.
Yep, and really I am so happy with you all. Let's connect after our talk show, and
absolutely.
From tomorrow we can keep in touch with you all.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Please,
absolutely.
please.
Absolutely. It was great meeting you, Sanjay da.
Nice to meet with you.
Words
all,
of wisdom, I'll tell you it. Absolute words of wisdom.
Absolutely.
No.
Rightfully
Not
said.
like that. I have learned so many things from my seniors, which I am sharing with you all.
No, that's what Sanjay da. The thing is, কিছু জিনিস যেটা বইতে পাওয়া যাবে না বা ইউটিউবে পাওয়া যাবে না, that is experience. So the only way you can get that is to transfer it to your juniors. So tomar কথাগুলো is going to stay with us, it's going to cultivate us, it's going to make us.
That's what I said, like তুমি আজকে যে কথাগুলো বলছিলে তোমার হয়তো ভালো লেগে গেছিল বলে তাই জন্য তুমি বলছো, but those words are getting imprinted in our brains, and that's going to motivate us on our down times.
You've been in this industry more than us. Absolutely.
And তোমরা তিনজনে যেরকম বাজালে, তিনজনের বাজনার কিন্তু অ্যাপ্রোচ কিন্তু তিনটে দিকের, সেটা অ্যাজ অ্যান অডিয়েন্স আমি ফিল করলাম।
Thank
যখন
you.
আদিল বাজাচ্ছে, আদিলের অ্যাপ্রোচ একদমই অন্য উইথ হিজ সাউন্ড। যখন শুভম বাজাচ্ছে, দেখো শুভম এবং জন দুজনেই অ্যাকোস্টিক গিটার বাজালো, কিন্তু জনের অ্যাপ্রোচ ইজ ডিফারেন্ট,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
হিজ টোন ইজ ডিফারেন্ট। হ্যাঁ, অ্যান্ড শুভমের
Thank
টোন ডিফারেন্ট, ওর অ্যাপ্রোচ ডিফারেন্ট। হ্যাঁ, এরকম মানে আমার খুব ভালো লাগলো যে একটা সন্ধ্যেতে আমাদের অডিয়েন্স অনেকগুলো ওয়ে শুনতে পেল। গিটার মানে একটা ওয়ে নয়, গিটার মানে অনেকগুলো ওয়ে, এক একজন এক একটা চয়েস। তো আমি আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানটা, টক শোটা শেষ করব একটা অন্য অভিজ্ঞতা দিয়ে। সেটা হলো, এবং একটা অন্য বার্তা সবার কাছে, হয়তো অনেকেই জানেন, আজকে আমাদের এই ইন্ডিয়ান মিউজিশিয়ানস কমিউনিটিতে একটা বড় দুঃখজনক ঘটনা ঘটে গেছে। সেটা হলো
It's hard.
আমাদের খুব প্রিয় একজন মিউজিশিয়ান আদিত্য পড়ওয়াল,
The Podwal.
ইজ এ সান অফ গ্রেট
Ad-
লেজেন্ড
Anuradha.
vocalist Anuradha
Anuradha
Pardwal. And that guy, few days back, 13-14 days back, he called me. First he was doing WhatsApp with me. ও আমার অনেক দিনের বন্ধু বলতে পারি আমি, কেননা যে কিছু শেখায় না সে বন্ধু হতে পারে, যে শুধু কফি শেয়ার করে সে বন্ধু হতে পারে না। হ্যাঁ, যে কিছু শেখায় সে কিন্তু বন্ধু হতে পারে। তো আমাকে অনেক কিছু শিখিয়েছিল, ইনভার্সনস, আমরা একসাথে অনেক কাজ করেছি, প্রোগ্রেশনস। তো কদিন আগে আমি ফোন করলো যে তোকে আমি কিছু প্রজেক্ট পাঠাবো, তুই গিটার বাজিয়ে পাঠিয়ে দিবি তোর ওখান থেকে। তো আমি বললাম হ্যাঁ, নো প্রবলেম। এইগুলো ওর সাথে প্রায় 8 ঘন্টা 45 মিনিট কথা হলো। আজকে সকালে যখন আমি শুনলাম ও নেই, তো এটা আমার কাছে না একটা শক মনে হলো, এবং এটা কিন্তু আমি বলছি ইন্ডাস্ট্রির কাছে এটা বিগ লস, বিগ লস। ওরকম একটা মিউজিশিয়ান চলে গেল, যে একটা সাত্ত্বিক ছেলে ছিল। তো আমি জাস্ট 1 মিনিটের নীরবতা পালন সবাই মিলে দিয়ে আমরা করি ওর জন্য, ওর আত্মার শান্তি কামনা করে, এবং আফটার দ্যাট উইল লিভ ফ্রম দিস টক শো। অ্যান্ড বিফোর দ্যাট আই এম টেকিং দ্যাট রেসপন্সিবিলিটি টু গিভ আ বিগ থ্যাঙ্কস টু Gigi Gadgets team. The energy means the real energy for our tools, our gadgets, and
Absolutely.
the energy can save our real life when we play.
Absolutely.
They can save us.
Thank you for having us, Gigi Gadgets.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you for
thank
having
এবং
us.
রিয়েলি ওরা না থাকলে আজকে আমরা এই সন্ধ্যেটা কাটাতে পারতাম না। এবং তোমাদের সবাইকে আমার অনেক থ্যাঙ্কস, যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো তোমরা দিলে, যার শেখার হবে না সে এই অনুষ্ঠানটা থেকে অনেক কিছু শিখে নেবে, এটুকু বলতে পারি। রিয়েলি থ্যাঙ্কস টু ইউ অল। খুব ভালো লাগলো।
Thank you, Sanjoy.
খুব ভালো লাগলো। এবং
You had been a great moderator. And
তোমরা অনেক এগিয়ে আছো, যেটা তোমাদের সময় আমরা এই দিকগুলো দেখতে পাইনি। দ্যাটস ওয়াই। তো
হাইপোথেটিক্যালি হয়তো আমরা পিছিয়েও আছি আর কি।
দেখো সেটা যদি বলো তাহলে তো মানে রবিশঙ্করজির কথা বলতে হয়, যে আরেকটু বয়সটা কম হলে অনেক কিছু শিখে ফেলতাম।
নেভার এন্ডিং।
ওনার বাড়িতে যখন গেছি, জাস্ট আই এম শেয়ারিং, তখন আমি সোফায় বসে আছি, তো ওনাকে বলেছেন যে জেঠু এখানে গিটার অ্যাম্প, বলেছিল ওগুলো কার্লো রেখে গেছিল, স্যান্টানার কথা বলছে। আমি না ধপ করে সোফা থেকে নেমে নিচে বসে পড়েছি। বলছি তুই নিচে বসে পড়লি? আমি বললাম যে বাবা কাদের নাম বললে তুমি? রিহার্সাল যখন হয় তখন আবার কি বয়ে আনবে। এবং
খুব ক্যাজুয়ালি
একটা বড় কথা বলি, ওই মানুষটার সাথে যখন আমি মিট করেছিলাম, আমায় খুব ভালোবাসতেন, জানো তো। যখনই আমাদের দেখা হতো সবার কথা জিজ্ঞেস করতেন, এমনকি একটা কথা উনি জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলেন, হ্যাঁ রে রাধু বাবুর দোকানে লোকে এখনো চা খেতে আসে? আমি বললাম হ্যাঁ আসে। বলে জানিস মানিকের রেকর্ডিং হয়ে যেত, আমরা সবাই মিলে রাধু বাবুর দোকানে চা খেতে যেতাম। মানিক মানে সত্যজিৎ রায়ের কথা।
সত্যজিৎ রায়।
সত্যজিৎ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, তারপরে আমাকে বললেন হাজরা ক্যাফেটা কি আছে, ফিশ ফ্রাইটা কিন্তু দারুণ করতো ওরা। ক্যান ইউ
আহা।
বিলিভ ম্যান,
হুম,
মানুষটার ভেতরে কি কান্না ছিল ওই রাস্তাগুলোকে আবার দেখার। এবং উনি প্রচুর মিউজিশিয়ানসের ব্যাপারে আমার কাছে এনকোয়ারি করেছিলেন, ও কেমন আছে, শৈলেশ কেমন আছে, অ্যান্টো কেমন আছে রে, অ্যান্টো ম্যানেজিস। তারপরে চন্দন রায়চৌধুরীর বাবার কথা জিজ্ঞেস করছিলেন, রবি রায়চৌধুরী। উনি একমাত্র মিউজিশিয়ান যিনি ওনার নিজস্ব তৈরি ভাইব্রোফোনটা বাজাতেন। যে ভাইব্রোফোনটা উনি ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড স্কোরে বাজাতেন, সেই বড় ভাইব্রোফোনটা উনি নিজে হাতে ওই শীট কেটে, অ্যালুমিনিয়াম শীট কেটে টিউন করে নিজে মোটর বানিয়ে ফ্রেম বানিয়ে হি মেড হিজ ওন ভাইব্রোফোন। হ্যাঁ, যার জন্য তোমরা হয়তো জানবে তাপস ভৌমিক বলে একজন সিনিয়র মিউজিশিয়ান আছেন, যিনি অ্যাকর্ডিয়ান, অসম অ্যাকর্ডিয়ান প্লেয়ার এবং ভাইব্রোফোন প্লেয়ার। স্টিল নাও হি প্লেস। তোমাদের যদি কোনোদিন ওই ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টটা ইউজ করতে হয়, তোমাদের ওনাকেই কল করতে হবে, আর উপায় নেই।
আচ্ছা।
এবং উনি যে ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টটা বাজান এখনো, সেই ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টটা মেড বাই রবি রায় চৌধুরী, দ্য ফাদার অফ চন্দন রায় চৌধুরী। হ্যাঁ, তো উনি এনাদের কথাও জিজ্ঞেস করতেন আমায় যে এরা কেমন আছে সবাই। উনি সাউন্ড ইঞ্জিনিয়ারের কথা জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলেন আমায় যে সত্যেন কেমন আছে রে, বলরাম কেমন আছে রে, ওরা আমাদের তো রেকর্ড করতো। সত্যেন জেঠু রেকর্ড করতেন টেকনিশিয়ান স্টুডিওতে, কখনো উনি আসতেন নিউ থিয়েটার স্টুডিওতে, এবং বলরাম জেঠু রেকর্ড করতেন টেকনিশিয়ান স্টুডিওতে। এই পুরনো যত লেজেন্ডারি ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড স্কোর গান সব ওই রকম ব্যালেন্সে 2 ট্র্যাকস রেকর্ডিং ওনারা করেছিলেন। এবং আরেকটা তথ্য তোমাদের দিই, হোয়াইট ফিল্মে ডিরেক্ট অডিওটা রেকর্ড হতো, আর কোনো ওয়ে ছিল না, 1 ট্র্যাক। এবং সেই হিসেবে মাইক প্লেসমেন্ট, মানে আমার ভাগ্য হয়েছে ওটা দেখার যে কিভাবে হতো। অনেক ছোট আমি, অনেক, বাট স্টিল আই রিমেম্বার যে কি করে। এবং এই পাওয়ার সাপ্লাই নিয়ে কথা হচ্ছে, ওই যখন শব্দ হতো একটা গো করে পাওয়ার ভোল্টেজের আওয়াজ হতো, তো বলতো এই ওখানে তোষকটা টাঙিয়ে দিয়ে আয়, যাতে ওই ভাইব্রেশনটাকে একটা মোটা তোষক অ্যাবজর্ব করে নেবে। কেন ফ্লুট বাজাবে তো, ওই ফ্লুটের মাইক মানে একটাই কি দুটো মাইক সারা ফ্লোরে, ওরকম ভাবে প্লেসমেন্ট করা হতো ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টালিস্টদের। তো যদি ওই গো শব্দটা চলে আসে, তাহলে তো একটা লো নয়েজ চলে আসবে। তো ওইটাকে ডিফিউজার হিসেবে তারা ইউজ করতো। তারপরে আরেকটা বলি, আমরা যারা বাড়িতে, আমাদের খাট আছে, খাটের তো আমাদের 4টে ইয়ে থাকে, স্ট্যান্ড থাকে, যেখানে আমরা অনেকে মশারি টাঙাই বা ওপরে কিছু টাঙাই, আছে না? সেই স্ট্যান্ডের উপর একটা লেপ দেওয়া থাকতো, মোটা, এরকম মোটা লেপ। আমি দেখেছি যে রাধুবাবু তবলা বাজাচ্ছেন, ওপরে এরকম লেপটা দেওয়া। কেন লেপটা দেওয়া? না যাতে ওই তবলা আর বায়া আর পারকাশনের সাউন্ডটা যাতে বেরিয়ে না যায়, ওটাকে গার্ড করার জন্য উপরে একটা লেপ দেওয়া থাকতো। তো এই এক্সপেরিমেন্ট গুলো তারা কতদিন আগে থেকে শুরু করেছে, কেননা তখনকার দিনে স্টুডিও গুলো ছিল ব্রিক ওয়াল, ওই রকম ভাবে। হ্যাঁ, তুমি যদি পুরোনো এইচএমবি স্টুডিও তোমরা কেউ দেখে থাকো, ইটস কমপ্লিটলি মেড বাই ব্রিটিশ, এন্ড ওখানে কিছু কিছু দেওয়ালে ডিফিউজার লাগানো ছিল উইথ উডেন বক্স, জালি বক্স, হ্যাঁ, জালি 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 বক্স। এবং একটা অত বড় দেওয়ালে, ইটস অলমোস্ট 4 4তলা বাড়ি সমান, এখনকার G+4 এর মতো, ওই G+3 এর মতো হাইট। তো টোটালটাই ব্রিক দিয়ে কিন্তু অ্যাকোস্টিক্স করা ছিল। তো সেম কিন্তু ছিল নিউ থিয়েটার্স, টেকনিশিয়ান স্টুডিওস, সেম। তো ওই অ্যাকোস্টিক ডিজাইন বাই দ্যাট ব্রিক, কোন ব্রিক স্ট্রেট, তারপরের ব্রিকটা হচ্ছে এরকম, তারপরে ব্রিকটা এরকম, এরকম ভাবে ডিজাইন করা ছিল। তো ফ্রম দ্যাট টাইম এই যে সাউন্ড নিয়ে কালচার, তুমি দেখবে পুরোনো গানের রেকর্ডিং এ কত ক্লিন এখনো আমরা শুনতে পাই, কিন্তু ওই অ্যানালগ সাউন্ড। এবং আমার এখনো মনে আছে দোজ মেশিনস ফ্রম স্টুডার আর হচ্ছে ওয়েস্টেক্স।
আচ্ছা,
হ্যাঁ, one speaker is like a almira, is a full throw speaker, full throw, bass, mid and high frequency will get from one speaker. It's a huge speaker, huge. হ্যাঁ, তো তাতে তারা মনিটরিং করতেন, এবং সেই মনিটরিংটা কত লাউড ছিল। এই যে তুমি আদিল বললে না যে নিড লাউডনেস, সেটাই আমি বললাম যে কখনো কখনো সেই মাস্টার লেভেলটা উই নিড টু প্রডিউস দ্যাট সাউন্ড, নিড টু পুশ দ্যাট। সো এরকম এরকম অনেকগুলো জিনিস আমি শেয়ার করলাম তোমাদের সাথে যেগুলো আমি দেখেছি। তো
just not for the audience, for us also এগুলো জানা is unbelievable.
It's amazing, শুভম, amazing, amazing experience আমি যেগুলো দেখেছি।
টাইম ট্রাভেল দরকার একটু।
হ্যাঁ,
সত্যি। এবার তোমরা এগুলো যদি ইউটিউবে সার্চ করো,
এইগুলোকে নিয়ে, এইটাকে নিয়ে আরেকটা সেশন করা যায় পুরো।
হ্যাঁ, রিয়েলি তোমরা একটু দেখো কিরকম হতো, অদ্ভুত। এবং আমাকে বব জেমস বলে একজন বিরাট মিউজিক প্রডিউসার আছেন, ওনার সাথে আমার খুব জানাশোনা। উনি আমাকে বলেছিলেন এই অল অ্যাবাউট মিউজিক হয় না বোম্বেতে, তো ওনার সাথে আমার পরিচয় ছিল, তারপর ওনার সাথে অনেকবার কথা হয়েছে। উনি বলেছিলেন যে আমি যখন এরকম হতো যে ব্যান্ড আসছে স্টুডিওতে একটা অ্যালবাম মেকিং করতে, তো আমরা 1 মাসের জন্য স্টুডিও নিয়ে নিতাম, ওখানেই সং রাইটিং হচ্ছে, ওখানেই রিহার্সিং হচ্ছে, জাস্ট 2 দিনে অ্যালবাম কমপ্লিট। এবং সামটাইম আমরা গিটার অ্যাম্পের স্পিকারও চেঞ্জ করতাম যখন দেখতাম যে ওই ফ্রিকোয়েন্সিটা দরকার। তো আমরা কখনো কখনো ওই রকম টুলসও রাখতাম যে চলো স্পিকার চেঞ্জ করে দেখি ওই সাউন্ডটা আসে কিনা। তো তারপরে ডিসাইড হতে যায় এটা ভালো কাজ করছে, এই স্পিকারেই হোক। কি অদ্ভুত এক্সপেরিমেন্ট, আমি এগুলো জানতাম না, ওনার কাছ থেকে জানলাম। তো এরকম অনেক ঘটনা আছে যে শেয়ার করলাম তোমাদের সাথে। তো অ্যাট লাস্ট আমি তোমরা তোর নাম শুনেইছো, অ্যাট লাস্ট আমার বন্ধুর জন্য, আমাদের বন্ধুর জন্য জাস্ট 1 মিনিট আমরা নীরবতা পালন করে আজকের অনুষ্ঠানটা শেষ করতে পারি। 1 2 থ্যাংক ইউ। আদির আত্মার শান্তি কামনা করলাম আমরা। আদি যেখানেই থাকুক ও যেন ভালো থাকে। ওকে গাইস,
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ সঞ্জয়, থ্যাংক ইউ, গুড নাইট।
থ্যাংক ইউ সঞ্জয় দা,
আমাকে স্যার বলো।
গুড নাইট এভরিওয়ান।
আমি লাইক ইওর এল্ডার ব্রাদার, তোমরা আমার যখন কোনো প্রয়োজন পড়বে আমাকে একটু তোমরা সাজেশন দিও, আমি কিন্তু ওপেন এই ব্যাপারে। এন্ড প্লিজ শেয়ার অল অফ ইওর নাম্বারস।
ফর শিওর,
শিওর,
ভালো থেকো
100%। সবাই থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান, গুড নাইট।
আমাদের সাথে যারা ছিলেন এতক্ষণ, আবার দেখা
যারা ছিল, হ্যাঁ নিশ্চয়ই।
গুড নাইট,
গুড নাইট, বাই।